So Final Fantasy Fanfest just went off and or just was this weekend. And there's a bunch of new things. We got a new DAWNTRAIL extended trailer. We have an official name for the new class. There's an extended job coming out. So I want to go over all that real quick today. So on October 21st, hold on, what you need to know. News regarding DAWNTRAIL, the 5th upcoming expansion for 14 has been shown off during FanFest 2023. These announcements include new player jobs, details regarding new 24-player Alliance raid, the Xbox open beta test date, which is sick. I cannot wait to see more on this. DAWNTRAIL is set to release in the summer 2024 on Xbox Series X and S, PS4 and 5, and PC. And isn't DAWNTRAIL also going to be the first 7.0 update where like it's the enhanced graphics and everything? Is that also with DAWNTRAIL, or is that before DAWNTRAIL? A new melee DPS job called the Viper. The first new major piece of information from Final Fantasy XIV DAWNTRAIL is the full reveal of one of the 2 jobs that will be added, Viper. The Viper is a melee DPS job that uses a pair of swords to combine to form a double-bladed staff. It's an original job exclusive to Final Fantasy XIV, not based on any job from previous Final Fantasy games. However, longtime Final Fantasy fans will notice that the Viper's moveset bears a resemblance to Zidane, protagonist of Final Fantasy IX, who uses similar weapons. He also has a weapon, I'm pretty sure, called the Viper. So it's kind of loosely based off of him. The new ranged caster DPS job will not be revealed until the next Final Fantasy Fanfest, January 7th, 2024. New areas: Kazuma Uka and Shaloni. It's baloney. That's one of those, I don't know. Those large words are hard for me to pronounce. Square Enix showcased a couple new areas that the players will explore in Final Fantasy XIV DAWNTRAIL. The first is a jungle-themed area called Kazumauka, filled with tropical forests, rivers, and indigenous tribes. The second is an arid region called Shaloni, a land featuring desert plains and a railroad built to aid the transport of cerulean deposits. New allied tribe, Moblins. A people residing in the jungles of Kazumauka strongly resemble the goblins, with whom they share common ancestry. One of the new allied tribes that will be added in DAWNTRAIL will be the Moblins, a culture similar to that of the goblins. Moblins are skilled gatherers and traders who reside in the jungles of Kazumauka. This tribe will host quests for players proficient in the gatherer and crafter jobs. New boss and dungeons. During the event, we are giving a glimpse of the new dungeon and one of the new bosses players can be expected to encounter in Final Fantasy XIV DAWNTRAIL. The dungeons will include tropical jungles, mountains with mystical fauna, and ancient ruins. One of the new bosses of DAWNTRAIL will be the Eliminator, a gigantic mechanical war machine. A new Alliance raid, Echoes of Vana'diel. The new 24-player Alliance raid series will be called Echoes of Vana'diel. This will be a special raid series, as it will be a collaboration with Final Fantasy XI, the first MMORPG of the Final Fantasy series. No details regarding the raid's plot and content have been announced at this time, but it will be revealed at a later date. New limited job. A new limited job coming in the later part of Final Fantasy VII.X, so sometime after DAWNTRAIL. A new limited job will be added into the later half of Final Fantasy DAWNTRAIL's post-launch patch series. A limited job is a job with an exclusive set of quests and content separate from that of regular jobs. The only limited job in Final Fantasy XIV currently is a Blue Mage, which was implemented into the game during Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Personally, I think that'd be cool to have a Beastmaster. I'd love to be able to like control beasts and stuff like that. That'd be sick. Xbox open beta test. Square Enix has announced that the open beta test for the Xbox version of FF14 will take place between the middle of January 2024 and February 2024. Final Fantasy XIV Fall Guys collab. The release date for Final Fantasy XIV's unexpected collaboration with Fall Guys has been announced. Fall Guys minigames will be added to the Manderville Gold Saucer on October 31st alongside Final Fantasy XIV's patch 6.51 update. There will also be special prizes for completing these minigames. And so right now, if you have Fall Guys, inside Fall Guys is some of the Final Fantasy gear and stuff, part of their battle pass. So if you have the battle pass in Fall Guys, you can get the outfits and stuff from Final Fantasy. But Fall Guys isn't in Final Fantasy yet. Final Fantasy XVI crossover. Final Fantasy XIV will feature a limited time crossover event with Final Fantasy XVI. In this event, entitled The Path Infernal, players will get to team up with Final Fantasy XVI's protagonist Clive and take on Final Fantasy XIV's versions of Ifrit, the franchise's recurring fire-based summon monster. And I think also they announced we'll get a Torgal pet summon, and we'll get a Torgal mount and Clive's outfit as part of this event and stuff as well. We have a Cloud Data Center stress test. Square Enix is inviting players to take part in a stress test for Cloud Data Centers that will be later implemented in Final Fantasy XIV. The stress test is scheduled to take place November 21st, 2023 to November 27th, 2023. The stress test will be held in North America East Coast data centers, but players from all over the world can take part in it. To take part, players will need to create a new character specifically for this test. They will automatically be deleted after the test is over. During this test, data center travel and the backup configuration settings feature will be unavailable. To aid participating players in this quest, they will be granted Tales of Adventure items for the main scenario quests and every job up until Final Fantasy Shadowbringers and 50 million gil. Then we got to look at the extended trailer for DAWNTRAIL. But that seems to be everything we know so far, as everything that was announced in Final Fantasy Fanfest. We have the Viper class, the ranged DPS class, or ranged magic casting class that has not been announced yet. We can expect to see that in January. And then the limited job coming in later of 7.0. So out of these announcements, which one are you most excited for? Because I'm pretty excited for this Viper class. I'm hoping it's some kind of like poison-based job or something like that. That'd be cool. And in this limited job, I'm really hoping it's like some sort of Beastmaster. But if you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe for more Final Fantasy XIV content going forward. I'll be covering this and many other Final Fantasy XIV news and updates. Be sure to check out this video for more Final Fantasy content. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.